Hi friends, I'm Anna Helman, and I have something really cute and fun that you can add to any of your card projects. I would love to share it with you, so let's take a look. So what we're talking about today is these super cute little tabs that you can put on any card projects. On this card, you can see I took a normal card base, I trimmed off an inch of the front to make space for this cute little tab. And on this card, I actually made several flaps so that each flap could get its own tab. So we'll come back, we'll talk about these cards a little bit more at the end, but let's talk about tabs, how you can make your own. I've got a punch that's really helpful I'll share with you, but let's take a look. So let's say you want to make your own tabs. I made some, and these are going to be just a touch larger than the ones on my cards, but pretty close to the same size. So I made these pieces of paper 2 inches by 1 5/8 inches. I scored them in the center at 1 inch, and this is going to give you your flap to fold it and make your tab. So you can use this just as it is, and I'll show you when you go to attach these how to attach them, but I'll also show you some ways to make these a little bit cuter and more attractive. So when you attach these to a card, what is going to be helpful is if you get your adhesive as close to the left edge as possible. So this is the way it's folding. We're going to put this part on the back of a piece of the card. And then after you attach it, I'm not going to attach this one, but after you attach it, then you fold that front down. You probably want to put some more adhesive right there on top and then fold it down and give it a nice tight grip there so it doesn't come off. So you can leave the corners square like this one. You could do angled corners. I love to cut cute little angles off on cards, and they'd be super cute on these tabs as well. So you could make your own like this. You could use a corner rounder, or here's another fun idea that you could step them up a little bit and put little ribbons in them. I have this adorable, it's called the hole punch assortment, to punch several different shapes out of anything, a piece of cardstock or the top of a card or anything. And I use this to punch that hole, put the ribbon through. Wouldn't these be cute to have several of these on a card? These would be really cute. So those are lots of ideas for how to make your own. I actually made mine with this punch right here. This is called the Keeping Tabs punch. So I'll show you. You punch it out, and it makes it nice and handy. All you do is fold that in half. It is ready to go. So tool like this makes it really easy to do, but lots of fun ways. Just imagine there are lots and lots of ways you could use these on projects. If you scrapbook, you could put them on the tops of photos. You can make flaps and add them, just lots of ideas. So let's quickly look at both of these cards. I'll show you, this is the stamp set I use. It's called Paper Tags. I really like these greetings, and it has a die set that coordinates that you'll see all through this card, those cute dies that I use. But I used some paper called Turtley Cute, and it made it really easy because the paper had basically all the designs for me. So this stamp says, consider this a paper hug. Isn't that the best? That's like one of my favorite stamps. It's a wonderful day to celebrate you, and I put that turtle shell print there. This one, the same paper pack, has several prints in it that are like different images you can cut apart. And all of the images in this card were part of that piece. So I just cut them apart and used them as they were. And here's one of those die cuts from that paper tags bundle. So this tab says, consider this a paper hug. This next tab says, happiness enclosed. This one says, just for you. And then I used the die cut from the same die set, and I pulled this stamp in from another set. But I thought this turned out really cute, but these tabs are fun. You may be seeing me use these in some future videos, but I hope you can use this idea. So the cold season is upon us. I don't know if we're excited or not, but here we are. I thought I would share some home remedies that I like to use. I am so thankful that since I started the special diet that I started almost 3 years ago, I am not sure I've been as sick a single time due to illness. My body has gone through serious detox. It still is. And there have been several times I've been sick due to that. But due to actual illness, I'm not sure I've been ill. But I've just taken a huge interest in natural healing methods, herbs, old things God gave us to keep us well. And I thought I'd share some of them just to give you some ideas. I had shared an elderberry syrup recipe a few years ago, and if you know what elderberries are, they grow like weeds where they grow. They grow like weeds all around where I'm at. So we pick big bags full of them at the end of August when they're ready in our area. And I'm usually not prepared to make syrup at that time, so I stick them in the freezer and pull them back out when it's time to make syrup. But elderberry syrup usually has elderberries, honey, cinnamon, cloves, ginger, that kind of thing in it. It is amazing. It is so helpful. You can buy elderberries online if you don't have any in your area. You can buy elderberry syrup. You can buy elderberry stuff at the pharmacy. I imagine that's not as effective as some fresh syrup, but that's awesome. You should look up online. I have never made them, but they're called fire ciders. So these fire ciders, I think they're called fire ciders because they're spicy. I think they might have cayenne pepper in them. I think some of them have horseradish. Some probably have ginger. But anyway, I believe they're spicy. But they have like all the things in them to keep you well. I know some of them have garlic, trying to think what else. Honey, and all nature's medicine all thrown together in a jar, and you let it sit for a while. Get itself all nice and brewed, and then some people take it preventatively. Some people just take it when they're sick. But that's something you can look up if you're looking for something that might help you stay well. Honey is so helpful. Lemon, herbal teas do lots of good for us. Different herbs do benefit us in different ways, but I think herbal tea is probably in general just good for us, for most of us. Probiotic foods. So, from a source that I trust, she says that sauerkraut juice is like the best remedy they have found for healing. I think it was the flu or maybe colds. But fermented foods, eat your fermented foods. Those are your probiotics. You can buy probiotics in pills. They're more expensive and less effective, but you can do that. But things like sauerkraut, kefir, yogurt, beet kvass. Look up beet kvass. It's like a beet drink that's fermented, really good for your liver. Any of these things that have probiotics in them are going to help you stay well. Water, my friends, water, my friends. If you drink lots of things besides water, I encourage you to drink lots of water, my friends. Took me until I don't know how many years ago to realize like when I do get sick, it's really important what I eat. I need to stop eating junk. I need to drink lots of water, eat my chicken noodle soup, my chicken broth, eat things that are good for me. Stop with the comfort foods that make me feel better, like mac and cheese and anything that has sugar in it. Stop it if I want to get well and put good things in my body. That's what I've got. I hope something I just said can help you. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you'll be back again next time when I'll be here helping you to hand make with love.